There are quite a few videos that are circulating now on YouTube and whatnot of George Lucas's interviews that he's been doing. And one of them that I really just wanted to show you guys and let you just kind of take in and enjoy is where George Lucas is talking about Hollywood. I've talked about this in the past about how I felt like Hollywood has just been run for profit. They don't care about creativity. They don't care about films. And George Lucas gives us a really good idea, just kind of looking back through history of the movie industry and things like that. Not specifically Star Wars. Can get more into that later in another video. But in this one, I wanted to let you guys hear what he said specifically about making films.
You guys were changing everything, every rule, that you were proving to the studios that we can be independent and still make movies that we can make money?
Well, to be very honest with you, we weren't really that interested in making money. We were interested in making movies. That was a big difference, because we all love movies. That was the same thing at USC Film School. You couldn't get into the movie business. It just was not possible. Unless you were a relative or you knew somebody and they pushed you in there, you couldn't go to the studios. It was just completely locked out. So none of us really thought we were ever going to make movies. And even our camera instructor, we came in and he said, "How many of you guys want to make films?" Everybody raised their hands. None of you are going to get make films. That's about as far as you're going to get. So if you want to make films, this is a hopeless exercise, and you're going to waste 2 years and forget it. So but the secret was that we all loved movies, and all we really wanted to do was make movies, even if they were just short films at school. And that was a magic time in Hollywood, which is where USC is, where the people who founded Hollywood and founded the studios, they were all retiring, because this was in the mid-60s. And in the 60s, they were all in their mid-70s, their 80s, and they were leaving, and so the studios were bought up by companies like Coca-Cola and Gulf Western and regular corporations, and they said, well, what do we do now?
And this is kind of what I mean, guys, about how they were, big corporations come in and they're all about just making money. It's about their stakeholders rather than creativity, telling a good story, and making something that people will feel that impacts their lives for a lifetime.
We don't know how to make movies. And they said, well, let's hire some agents and people that know how to make movies. But basically, they hired a lot of kids. So where we couldn't get in before, they started hiring people from film schools. Like, they must know what they're doing. Little did they know. So after Phineas Rainbow, Francis wanted to do a little movie, and we outfitted a truck, and he went to we were going to go around the country. He was going to shoot this movie. He had a script, but we didn't have any locations, we didn't have anything. It was like 12 people. It was a very small movie. And so we get in the truck and we drive across the country, starting in Great Neck, New York, and going all across the country. And then we'd stop, the art department would go ahead and say, I found a good location for this scene, let's do that. And so in the end, we ended up in Ogallala, Nebraska, in a warehouse where we were shooting some of the final scenes for the movie. And Franklin said, well, what are you going to do after we finish this? I said, well, I'm going to go to San Francisco. I'm going back to where I came from, and I'm going to make Kenyan cinema kind of movies, non-story movies. And he said, well, stick with me, write a script for the movie you want to do, and I'll try to get it made. I said, okay. Little did I know that I was getting paid what they gave him for me to write the script in order for me to be the catch-all assistant on a movie. But that's really how I got into it. And then when I I'd like to San Francisco. Francis said, I'm going to come to San Francisco too. We'll start a company in San Francisco. And so...
It's American Zoetrope.
American Zoetrope. And, you know, there were a few other film companies and filmers. Phil Kaufman was up there. John Cordy was up there. Saul Zantz was up there. And so, you know, it wasn't completely a void. And we said, we're going to be here. We don't want to go to Los Angeles. We don't want to be part of that. It's just not what we want. So we started making films in San Francisco. And that gave us the freedom to pretty much do whatever we wanted.
Make sure to like and subscribe, or we will execute Order 66. Check out our other videos on the screen as well.
Yes, my lord.